So with Team of the Season here, we have got the live cards. If you're not sure what the live cards actually are, they both, or at least all of them, can have double upgrades. 2 wins in the next 4 domestic games. I think domestic games, maybe all of them, but 4 next games regardless, and then 8 goals in the next 4 as well as a team. So everybody can go up to, so Doku can go up to 94, same as Havertz, Hincapi can go to 92, or they could just go to 91 or not get anything at all. So let's run through everybody, see where they're kind of sitting. The big thing we've got with these Team of the Seasons is the very first time we are seeing triple playstyle pluses. This was kind of what we thought that was going to happen. It was Team of the Year with double, Team of the Season with triple. Whether Footies is going to have quadruple, that's going to be the interesting one. So straight off the bat, we might as well look with him as he's staring me in the face. We have got Kudos. So if you're looking to improve your team, make sure you're heading over to lootbar.gg. They are the best and most reliable coin service you can find. Also with the best 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using the code JT11, 8% off your first ever transaction and then 5% off every time after that. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. Rapid, Whipped Pass, and Trickster. Now what you're going to find is a lot of these cards will have either 3 very good playstyles, maybe 2 that are good, 1 that's good, and 2 that are just kind of there. Bruiser, Press Proven, Relentless. With obviously Kudos, it's Trickster for me. Rapid and Whipped Pass is brilliant. The Trickster's okay, but it's not necessarily my favourite. He has had a good upgrade from his previous card, which I believe is a Road to the Knockout, I want to say. They've got a different person for the final. And he's coming in at 645. Now, when we do look at a lot of these cards, we've got to kind of think, now from kind of going forward is where these are going to be the benchmarks. When we look at someone like a Bruno, we know he's at the top. Same as Doku, very much at the top. When we look at their playstyles, that's what's going to be now the difference between when we get the Prem Team of the Season, the Bundesliga, when we start seeing the kind of, like the Verts, we're starting to see the, say, Haaland, if we're seeing Odegaard potentially, KDB, all of them. Whatever playstyle pluses is what's going to be the big factor between them. What is going to make the wingers stand out? Is it rapid, quick step? Is it finesse, power shot, trickster, long ball pass? What's going to really make them stand out? As stats are going to be very similar. They are going to be a lot of 92s, a lot of 94s. There's going to be the ratings are there and the stats are there. It's going to be all about the playstyle pluses. With Bruno, he's got himself the finesse, the technical, and the incisive. Whereas Doku's got the rapid, the whipped pass, and the power shot. Now, I think Doku's is one of my favourites. Rapid is already a big checklist for me there. Whipped pass, even better if you wanted to cross the ball. And then you've got the power shot for something shooting alone. When it comes to wingers, I think with a triple, it's going to be a running type, so quick step or rapid for me. Then obviously you got a passing one, incisive, long ball, whipped pass is going to be another one. And then having the shooting is going to be even more kind of important to have now. The finesse, the power shot, maybe not chip shot, but power and finesse will definitely do. Maybe even a cheeky Travella would work as well. So that's going to be a very good breakdown of a triple. You could potentially have the rapid with 2 shooting or 2 passing. It's not necessarily a be all and end all for it, but I do think these 2 definitely have got that on their bucket list. We do have a Modric as well, who is just brilliant. What a card this is. 94 rated. I think the most expensive now? Ooh, nearly the most expensive. Doku's just beaten him to it, but he's gone up a little bit since I reviewed him. 5-5, anticipate, incisive, technical. Technical is one of them ones, you can use it or not. It doesn't matter. To be honest, as long as I've got the other 2, I'm really happy. But a 5-5, great stat upgrade from obviously the Team of the Year Honourable, which was a bit expensive in itself. But you've got 5 on the pace, 8 physical, little bit of shooting, little bit of defending. It's a beautiful card, and he definitely plays like it in game, which is nice. We do have a few less kind of nice ones, and most definitely some Team of the Seasons will end up with double playstyle pluses. I don't know if anybody, in fact, let's have a look. Has anybody got just 1? I can imagine everybody should have double now at the very minimum. By the looks of it, it looks like everybody's got it at the base level 2. We got Moreno, incisive, and some will be, they'll be okay. They won't necessarily be crazy good, but they won't be necessarily awful, and that's where the power shift after the Fantasy, the Ultimate Birthday, the Galazzo was always going. There was a reason why the Galazzo was so cheap, because they were just bringing everybody up to speed with the hero and icons for then the team of the season. Like, literally, there is half of this team that is 15 to 30k. You can go buy an 88 rated striker twice, 30k for 88 strikers, double playstyle pluses. A lot of the time 5-star 4 stars, 4-star 5 stars. You get a 20k and 89 winger, even Szoboszlai, to be honest, for a triple playstyle plus 184k. I mean, it's not terrible. Even Bisek as well, it's coming in a little bit more expensive. Triple playstyle plus. It's definitely on the kind of receiving end of being that little bit cheaper now. And then when you go to the kind of more expensive, your Rafinhas, your Modric's, they're going to still cost the big bucks. And that's where they're kind of balancing it across. So if I was kind of looking between all of them, I'd go Kudus here. I think when we're looking at a lot of the lower ones, to be honest, I don't think many of the low ones would really crack too much, to be honest. I think when we look at Sheaf, when we look at some of them, they're just okay. They've got some nice playstyle pluses, but they're definitely not going to be getting in people's teams. And that is fine. That is how it's got to be. The playstyle pluses and the stats themselves have got to get the good and the bad. Otherwise, there's no market value between them. Then obviously we're looking at David Costa. I think he definitely puts in a shift as well as Moreno, but I wouldn't necessarily go crazy priced for them. Let's move this out one and go back up. We've then obviously got, where has he gone? Or I've already put him in. I think, no, I've already put the striker in. You got Otamendi, 24,000. What do we got? Anticipate and Jockey. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I definitely could think of worse for him. Obviously, in terms of pace-wise, where have I lost him again? Where's he gone? Otamendi. There he is. 85 pace, 91, 92. It's definitely not the worst centre-back in the world. We then have someone like Zaha. Now, he's an interesting one. He's obviously got himself the triple. Quick step, whipped pass, pinged pass. Again, not terrible. I'm personally a big fan of the rapid. If you're going between rapid, quick step, and technical, I'm not a big fan of technical, but I can still make it work. Quick step's good, but I do prefer rapid if I was going to pick one. It's not necessarily my favourite, but at the very minimum, at least he's got some sort of running technique there. Then the whipped pass, ping pass is always going to come in handy as a winger. 340 on the price at the moment. I don't know if I'd quite go into the S tier. I think most definitely he's going to be one of the better cheap ones once we get into maybe a guaranteed pack, and then obviously with upgrades, he more than likely will drop down quite a bit. Now, one that was absolutely brilliant pricing, you've got this lady. So she is called Santos, 5'5", rapid, flair, finesse. But look at the stats. In terms of a cam, 91 on the pace, brilliant. 87 shooting, fantastic, I can get that up even more. 92 passing, 93 dribbling, 87 on the physical. I mean, that's for how much you're paying, literally for 139k, with adding the Hunter onto her as well, 98 pace, 92 shooting. I mean, that's fantastic. She was about 60k yesterday, so everybody's cottoned on that she is brilliant. And a 5'5" as well. That is where the pricing really does come into effect. To actually look at the card, don't just take the price as kind of like a value. It's what I always try and do when it comes to a lot of these cards. There is a lot that will just be general fodder, but you normally find that gem in the grass. We have got then Turland and Weaver. You got a 5'4" winger, rapid power shot. It's decent card, not going to lie. Turland, 93 pace, nice shooting. 4-star, 5-star with a finesse and power shot as well. She is going to come in at a 27k, but unfortunately she is explosive as well. Great agility balance. She might be one of them ones, kind of more of a starting striker more so than anything, but I wouldn't necessarily go too crazy in it. I'd probably go A+ more than anything. I don't think I could put either of them as an S. I just don't think that would really work. Moving on to the starting lineup, we have got our first lady centre-back with a triple playstyle plus of pinged pass, of jockey, and intercept. The one thing I do want to check with Romero, is he still lengthy? He is still lengthy. Because I was going to say, the problem with a lot of the women is they're never lengthy for some reason. They're always controlled or explosive. So, unfortunately, that is going to put her in at the absolute maximum A+. It's a great rating. She's got the stats to prove it. 88 pace, 92, 90. But not being lengthy, in my opinion, is, especially with the new gen consoles, is just a deal breaker. You need it. And I think you can get away sometimes with it, but now we're getting these sorts of cards. You've got to be lengthy at an absolute minimum. It is just an absolute must. We then also have Hincape, so another great centre-back in the cards, 170,000. He's only got the slide tackle intercept, controlled as well. Controlled lengthy, you can go with the ankle, which is going to just put him up there in my opinion. I think when we're looking at him, I'd probably still go in the A+ as well, and I'm trying to be very diplomatic about it as well, because these are the first team of the seasons out. These are kind of the testing periods. They all can go up as well. We will do a full follow-up once all of these are finished and where the upgrades are. We'll kind of see what we can look at. So I would say all of them are worth keeping just in case they do go up in rating. That genuinely could have a massive, massive effect on them. Then we also have the objective, which is going to be our boy John McGinn. 90 rated centre mid. He hasn't got the triple play style plus, unfortunately, but he has got anticipate and also incisive pass, which most definitely is not awful. That's a decent card to have straight off the bat. 83 pace, 86, 89, 87, 86, 93. I mean, as a free card with the chance to 92, I really wouldn't say any bad words to that. I'd say an A+ at a minimum. 92 could push him up because them stats are looking very good to potentially receive the upgrade, but whether we see it. St. Max, brilliant card. Absolutely love him. How much is he coming in at now? 1.03. He again, like Zaha's got the quick step, but I love his dribbling. His dribbling is just absolutely beautiful. Klaus, another big upgrade here. Block, intercept, relentless. It's coming in at 220, and we're going to see a lot of fullbacks with some very good stats. And obviously Klaus is kind of just that standard. We got him last year, and honestly, we packed him so many times, it's crazy. As a right back, I'd probably put him in the S. I wouldn't go any higher than that just yet. I think there is still a lot of good cards, and with Mukiele coming out as the showdown, plus them being able to put him in the showdown winner, I don't know if I'd put him as a favourites for the Ligue 1 right back spot. Robinson, he's okay. He's got a lot of pace, and that pretty much sums him up. Bisek, on the other hand, though, we did get a future star of him, so nice to see the big upgrade for him. He did manage to get an informal, which was one higher than the future star, which is just nuts in itself. Now we've got a triple playstyle plus Bisek, who unfortunately, the playstyle pluses are rubbish. Jockey, block, relentless. And this is what I mean. They could have gone with at least one decent one. Even an aerial at a tuck. Relentless is just useless. Block is decent. It's probably the best one you've got. Jockey's great for the fullback, in my opinion. Just not as much for the centre-back, to be honest. So it's one of them. You can make him work, and he definitely is one of them cards that you could definitely put a shift in on. At 460, he's clearly doing something, but he could have been so much better. So much better. We have got Havertz as well. Just looking at this card now, I was split when I saw that he was the SBC because I knew full well he was going to be expensive, which most definitely is. At 1.34 mil, it's a very good card. Like it is a good card. Great pace, dribbling, defending's up there as well when we look at the difference between, I suppose, the gold, because realistically we've got a left back here, and that is the problem. Not only is it a 92 left cam, struggling there, we did just get a fullback swap, which a lot of people would have done, to put an 87 into a 92. That is such a shame, because when the stats are really not that bad or that different, to be honest, but it's just an annoying one that's come out that if you've got the left back, there's no point you doing this card. And it's a shame, because finesse, pinged pass, technical, they've got a really good card here, but unfortunately I personally would stick with the left back and just wait for another centre mid. There is going to be so many out, it's going to be unbelievable. So as much as I really like the card, I just don't see it worth if you have done the 92 left back, if you've done that evolution for him, if you've just got the SBC card and you've not evolved him yet, then potentially look at evolving somebody else and get this card. But I would say that left back is better in the position compared to what what you will be able to get in the very near future. We have Loftus-Cheek again, managing to come back after that lovely Thunderstruck promo. I think he was the objective, I want to say. Now into a 92, he's got incisive, he's got intercept, and he's got bruiser. It's a 4-star, 5-star with some absolutely delicious stats going in. I think this, again, is another very good card. Now, Szoboszlai. I thought he should have been so much better. I really thought as a Liverpool live card, I would have at least gone like 91, maybe even made the stats that little bit better. But when you look at the difference between, you've got the 90 and the difference then of this 86, it's only +4s. Yes, you get 5 defending, 7 physical, but really that isn't going to make a massive difference on him when he is so attacking orientated anyway. I think a +4 is just, it's not good enough, unfortunately. Alongside that, he's still a 4-4. At least if you're going to keep the stats at a minimum, put him as a 5-5 at the absolute minimum there. We've given him dead ball. It's one of them throwaway playstyle pluses. Technical, which you can use. And then he's obviously got the Travella to go more towards a cam build. But I really thought that they could have made him so much better. I really am disappointed in that card. Then we obviously have Rafinha. He's a very easy one to get into that S. I don't think anybody else really gets into that S plus from the wing. I think when it comes to him and Kudus, both very similar. Technical, quick step, chip shot. It's, again, just a standard winger. And I can guarantee Rodrigo for La Liga is going to absolutely swamp that position. Then finally we have got Romero, who looks absolutely tasty. Anticipate, slide tackle, power header. If only you could swap that final one for aerial, that would be the absolute card. 85 pace, 94, 91. Obviously he's lengthy across the board, which is always perfect. So you're probably just going to go with the shadow, to be honest, more than anything. It's going to keep him controlled lengthy there. 99 defending, 93 pace, a 96 centre-back overall. I mean, that if that doesn't scream an absolute win, I don't know what does. That, for me, is the start of where these centre-backs are going to be. There's going to be a lot of centre-backs, a lot of positions just in general that's going to have some absolutely top-tier cards, and hopefully some very cheap beasts, which we'll bring to you on the channel throughout the week. That's going to be my list, though. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this, and let me know who is the best or most expensive player you have packed so far in the live team of the season. And, as always, check out the videos on screen. Peace.